This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So along with a whole cluster of interviews this past weekend around the Canelo and Rocky Fielding event a couple of days before and on the fight night itself with DAZN, and obviously the day before with IFL TV, and of course Jalen and Jacoby, and of course with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. Anthony Joshua very, very high in demand over there in America, and people in America absolutely love that guy. And of course, they all introduce him as the champion, not a champion, but the champion. So if you're Deontay Wilder, you've got to be looking at that going, hang on a minute, I'm a champion too, and I'm American. You should be bigging me up more than you big him up. But they don't. They big up Anthony Joshua more than Wilder. And I think that's because a lot of people realise Wilder was gifted a draw against Tyson Fury and should never, ever, ever have been in that situation to start with. He should have walked through Tyson Fury with the state of what Tyson Fury was in his comeback. In a rematch, it's very, very arguable that Tyson Fury should walk through him. But listen, I have to wait and see what happens. So anyway, he's saying that amongst interviews, he was on DAZN, so he was at ringside. That's why he was in America. He was working for DAZN for Canelo and Rocky Fielding. And he repeats the same kind of message. He wants Deontay Wilder. Now, for all the Wildettes, the Wilder fanboys, it's not because he wants Wilder himself. No, he wants the WBC heavyweight title. So had Tyson Fury had got the decision that he should have got on December the 1st in Los Angeles, then Anthony Joshua will be chasing Tyson Fury. Okay, it's about the belt, it's not about the fighter. But ultimately, he wants to get his hands on Deontay Wilder anyway, for all the underhanded trash talk that Wilder and all his fanboys just repeatedly do. But unfortunately for Wilder, because of that gift draw, and a lot of people in America have realised that he's actually hype, is what it is. And to go the distance and get a gifted draw against Tyson Fury after everything that Tyson Fury's gone through, people are looking at him on a different light. And of course, he's making up excuses about breaking his arm before camp, and he was afraid of his own power, all the excuses in the world. And people in America, very, very intelligent people over there, now look on this guy and go, actually, maybe we were backing the wrong horse on this one. Very, very clearly, we know now why Deontay Wilder has been avoiding Anthony Joshua, because an Anthony Joshua would have walked through Deontay Wilder that night, I'm telling you right now, and I would put my house and my car on it. But anyway, until that fight happens, we don't know. So anyway, it's all about the green belt. It's not because the green belt is so much better than all the other ones, of course not. Ultimately, some people do view it as the belt because that's the belt that Lennox Lewis held, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and so on. But the WBA is, of course, the oldest belt, so a lot of people view that as the belt. Regardless of any of it, it's just a title. It's 25% of undisputed. You need 4 titles to become undisputed. WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. It used to be you didn't need the WBO, hence the reason why Lennox Lewis was undisputed, but never had the WBO. Now you need it because it's a very, very well recognised title. Joshua does have the IBO as well, but you don't need that for undisputed. Much like there's like a lot of talk around lineal and all that kind of thing. You don't need lineal to become undisputed, and likewise you don't need the very prestigious Ring Magazine belt. You don't need that either. You just need four belts. But the other belts are also a motivation. Of course, Anthony Joshua has said that as well. If the fans want me to fight Tyson Fury because of lineal, if that's something else that I need, and like fans respect that belt enough, then me and Tyson Fury need to fight also. I want all of them. I'm belt collecting. I'm title collecting. But I think that Joshua, he didn't know too much about lineal. That's just the impression that I got. He knows a little bit about it, and he knows that it's not true linealship, because where did Vladimir Klitschko get it from? Okay, one of the counter rules, I suppose, to become lineal since Lennox Lewis is the next lineal should be an undisputed heavyweight champion. Then you get lineal to continue the chain as such, even though you didn't beat the man, as in nobody beat Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis retired while he still had all the belts. So Vladimir Klitschko, he got that belt because he could never become undisputed because his brother had the WBC title. But ultimately, it should be that you have all 4 belts, and then you get given the rank of lineal. But fans are looking at lineal now, and they've reinstated it as such, and it's an arguable point, there's no doubt about it. But thing is that he's saying that I want the official undisputed. Okay, you can keep your lineal for now. You can keep the Ring Magazine belt. You can keep, I've got the IBO. You know what? I'll put it in the trash. I don't care about any of that. I care about the 4 belts that require me to become undisputed. And he's chasing Deontay Wilder, and he's been chasing him for the best part of 6 months. And Wilder just keeps on making excuses. Oh, it's not enough money. It's crackhead money, and this, that, and the other. Even though the money that he got for fighting Tyson Fury, he was guaranteed $4 million. And once it went past 250,000 pay-per-view buys on Showtime, then he'll start earning a little bit more. It hit, was it 325,000 or something? Some people say it only hit 270. We don't know exactly what's going on. We know what happens over there. They do like to rig the pay-per-view numbers and things like that to try and make somebody seem more popular than what they actually are. But ultimately, as of right now, even if he did do the 325,000, that's only 75,000 above the break-even point. And he would have got a real tiny percentage of that cut, along with Tyson Fury as well as, plus a cut from the BT Sport one as well as. So he would have been lucky to have hit 8 million. Listen, that is awesome money, right? It's fantastic money. But when you're offered 15 million previously for a flat fee with an upside as well, listen, who's the mug? Especially when it's undisputed, one face, one name, all that kind of thing, as Wilder says. When a champion calls you out, you rise to the challenge and you accept it. Well, he didn't. He says it's not about money, it's about legacy. Well, clearly it's not. It is about money. And plus many other things. And for the fact that he keeps going about how Joshua should go to America because that's where the money is. Yet he had to go to the UK to get the money from Frank Warren and BT Sport. Again, Frank Warren confirmed that. So the money's in America. Well, clearly it's not. Because for the biggest fight of the year, apparently, then it didn't do that great, really. It did well, as it was Deontay Wilder's first pay-per-view. But if, for example, he'd have fought Dominic Breazeale, that wouldn't have been pay-per-view. Wilder needed Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury doesn't need Wilder. Tyson Fury doesn't need Joshua. Anthony Joshua doesn't need Wilder or Tyson Fury to become pay-per-view. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua are pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder is not. Deontay Wilder is only pay-per-view when he has one of those 2 guys. Anthony Joshua can go rematch Eric Molina if he wanted to, and it would become pay-per-view. Tyson Fury could rematch Francisco Pianeta, and it'll probably become pay-per-view because his stock has soared. People know that he should be the WBC heavyweight champion, and that's pretty much what Anthony Joshua was also saying as. It would have been great had he been awarded that title, because then him versus Tyson Fury for undisputed, and the lineal is on the line as well. 2 Brits. Of course, then the Ring Magazine would have then put that belt on the line as well as number 1 versus number 2. These are the rules. Hence the reason why Wilder versus Fury didn't have Ring Magazine belt on the line as well, because it wasn't number 1 versus number 2. All belts will be on the line had Tyson Fury had defeated or been given the correct decision of beating Deontay Wilder. So that's what Anthony Joshua is getting at. It's not that it's Deontay Wilder. I want the belt. So for all the Wildettes, the fanboys out there, who is depleting by the day, of course, but there are still some who will, no matter what, he's the man, he's the real champion, and make excuses for him left, right and centre. But listen, it's not that he wants Wilder. He wants a WBC. He wants a WBC title, and having Wilder is a bonus because he wants to hurt Deontay Wilder. He wants to put Deontay Wilder out of business. He wants to take his head off, take his jaw off, punish his body, crack his ribs, and hurt him really, really bad in that ring for all the trash talk and all the unnecessary hate that he's done, only to, when you've been given an opportunity to fight Joshua, find every excuse in the book to not take the fight. Even his fans, before they were negotiating, were saying, all we want is undisputed, we don't care about money, blah, blah, blah. Then Joshua comes along, suddenly it's about money, right? And they're saying, well, Wilder shouldn't take it for this match. Wilder shouldn't do that. Well, I thought that you wanted undisputed and you didn't care about money, so why are you trying to talk Wilder out of it for a highest ever money that he would ever have received? That's more money than what Joshua got to fight Vladimir Klitschko. Anyway, That is Anthony Joshua. See, he wants the WBC heavyweight title to become undisputed. Lineal is an afterthought, but if Lineal is the only one that he can get next, then that's what he'll go for. Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see. Will Wilder and Fury rematch? If they do, it should be in the UK, but I've got a feeling Wilder is afraid to come to the UK. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.